Hello farmers and welcome back to American Falls, all the way to the month of March we are now in. I did all the contracts that I showed in January and that got me up to about $230,000, somewhere around there. No contracts at all in February showed up, and in March, well, a good number of contracts came up, but the farmers were taking care of the fields rather quick. Sometimes I was clicking on them and they were disappearing as I clicked on them. As you can see, we got a nice little, I think this is a Challenger, should be, right? Yeah, it is a Challenger with a horse planter, and we're planting, well, Frank was planting some sunflowers in this field. I had to go back on down to the store to top this off with some more seed. We were getting kind of low, but this should be able to finish the job. This will pay us, well, it says $23,000, but of course we did have to borrow the equipment, right? 24.5, so it's going to pay like 20 grand. And I spent some money on some seeds. So overall, probably $15,000 in profit. Somewhere in there, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. But you get the general idea. Somewhere in there is the profit we're going to make. Does Frank take it? Looks like Frank Jr. came here. All right, so he's all set. I was fertilizing this field right here. So let's go ahead and turn this on. And I do have the time speed down to 0.5 because we're going to be buying some farmland today. And I really don't want the farmers to really do anything to the land currently, because currently the fields we're going to buy are both not drilled. They have no crops in them yet. I mean, if they do put crops in them, and it's not the crop types that we want, not that big of a deal. We can always bring a plow on in and just reset it. But I asked last episode, shall we take it a loan? And of course, I don't think anyone said no. Everyone said, yeah, you got some equity in the farm now. You can go ahead and take out a loan. The numbers, though, for taking on the loan, you know, some people said 200,000, like I said. Others said, well, the farm is worth 400,000. You can probably take out 400,000. I think we're going to meet in the middle and take out 300,000. A bank is not really going to want to give you as much money as what you're worth, because if you default on the loan, the bank wants to make some money on the property value. So they'll probably give me, I would usually guess, about half. But in order to help us out here, I think we're going to go with 300,000. That way we can get up to 550,000, and the two pieces of land I have in mind, I think it's going to do us rather well. And it's not the original two. I think it was fields 7 and 8 I was looking at and buying. Yeah, we're not going to buy those, because looking at the precision farming map, the type of soil that's in those fields, not the greatest. So I don't want to buy land where the soil is not great. I found two other pieces of property that are pretty darn good, and they're relatively close to the farmyard that we have, so we're gonna go with those. Not gonna leave me a whole lot of money at the end, but then again, it's the beginning of the season. We'll be doing some more contracts, of course, and we can go ahead and lease things, like we said, and that'll help us to get through the first year. I'm not really looking at crops to help us out get the pigs in this year, and someone said pigs are expensive to have, which once you get them going, I think we'll make, you know, some decent money on them, especially with the enhanced animal mod running. But this year, I don't think we're going to worry too much about the pigs. We're just going to get our first two fields here today. I think we're going to plant sorghum in one, but we can't do that for another month. And the sorghum we can give to chickens, which we don't have yet. But, and I think the other crop might be, I don't know if I want to go with soybean or oats. I haven't made up my mind just yet. But we're not going to be getting to drilling the fields this episode, anyways. First we gotta buy the fields, and then of course we gotta do all the good stuff that we need to do to prep the fields for the season, lime spreading, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna be spending some money today, of course, and finally building up more on the farm. Not doing a whole bunch of contract stuff. I mean, contracts will be getting done, but not by us mostly. That's going to be up to the Frank family to do that. We're going to be mostly focusing on American Falls the rest of the way, I hope, on our own land. Unless there's no work to do on our land and good contracts come up. Oh, this one is done. Perfect. Let's go ahead and collect on that. Not a whole lot of contracts now, but when I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning in March, it's only almost 8:30. There was about 12 contracts here, but I was clicking on a couple. I actually had another sewing job I wanted to do that I could have done with this equipment. I clicked on it, and the second I clicked on it, it just disappeared. So sad. But there we go. This field is now done. So we do have $250,000. How great is that? I kind of forgot where I was here. Where am I on the map? I've been going around back and forth so much. Oh, I'm over here. So actually the fields that we were looking at are right in front of us. Fields 7 and 8. Let me scroll into our Vulture here so we just get a little bit better view of what's going on. So the field's right in front of us. Let me park here. Oh, yeah, and I kind of forgot. I left the traffic turned off. I need to turn the traffic back on. Where is the traffic? Traffic? Traffic not there? Where's the traffic? Traffic off. Traffic on. Yeah, it was off because we had the case with dual wheels on it. And going up down the road, it was a disaster. But anyways, let's go, and I want to show you what I was talking about with precision farming here. 7 and 8 over here. First of all, they planted, field 7 and 8 were bare in the month of February. I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning in March, and they already had rye planted in this field. And rye, I did double check on my test map in American Falls. You can't feed rye to chickens or the pigs. So that's a crop that doesn't help out either one of our animals. But if we go into precision farming and we actually click on the lot, sorry, no, that's the wrong thing I want to do. I actually want to be on farmland, click on the lot. So we can come over here for field info. We can see it's 2 hectares. Well, we can see the kind of soil type that's in there. We don't know exactly where it is, but we know roughly where it is on the entire lot. 66% silty clay, which is like the worst soil. You can see the expected yield potential is 92%. Over here, this is the other field we want to buy, expected yield potential of 94%. We are actually going to be looking at buying fields number, I hate this because it's all backwards when you go in the map view. Yeah, field number 40. So if we come over to here, much better soil, expected yield 112%. And the other field I want to buy is, well, lot number 57. I was looking at lot 59. That has sugar beet in it. Not a problem because I can just plow it in and replant something in it. But this field here, 111%, 111%. So it's pretty much the same. The field is bigger here, but this is just a little bit cheaper. The field is about half the size, but there are trees on it. So we can cut down some good trees here, make money on the trees, and then expand the field in the future and make this field just as big as this one, and we got it cheaper. So that's what I think we're going to do. But first what we need to do is I need to go to the bank and say, can we take out a loan? And they said, yes, you can. You can take out $300,000. So that's what we're going to do. The farm is worth about $400,000, as I mentioned before. Roughly, maybe closer to $500,000 somewhere in there. That's why I said, borrow $200,000, but most people said you could probably borrow a little bit more. And someone said $300,000 sounds about right. You know what? I kind of want to go with that. So that's what we're doing. So $553,000 now in our bank account for a second or two, right? So farmland. So lot number 63, 112%, pretty good soil there. That does cost $333,168. Let's go ahead and buy that lot of land. So that is right across our farmyard, which is right here. The other lot I want to buy is lot number 57. That's $163,000, and we got a 220. So that's going to leave about 60 grand left, which is not that bad. Let's go ahead and buy that. All right, so we now actually have some farmland. It's looking pretty good. If we go to precision farming here, scroll on in, and by getting some fields as well, and actually start doing work on it, our environmental scores start going up. And we'll start getting a little bit bonuses from selling from all that stuff from the greenhouse. It's not a whole lot from the greenhouse, honestly, but every little bit will help us in the beginning. All right, so now that we got some farmland, the first thing that we need to do is we need to do some soil sampling. I thought about leasing it, but this is kind of on the cheap side. So we're just gonna go ahead and buy the soil sampler. That way we always have it. We're gonna go with the modded one that I've been using quite a bit. And we're going to go with the double size one. So let's go ahead in here. What color do I want it to be? How about we go a little bit yellow and a little bit yellowish. And the cover could be... I didn't know what that was covering. That's the cover there. All right. How about we just go like a little bit of a bluish color there. Costs a little bit of extra. $250 extra. But you know what? We're okay. We're purchasing that, so now we can do some soil sampling, which is good. And we're going to go ahead and do... Oh, the one thing I didn't check is, do either of these fields need to be plowed or anything? They got weeds in them. That's fine. No, neither one needs to be plowed, so that's good. And this double check, neither one has a crop in it? No, neither one does have a crop in it. All right. You know what? I can go down with the Vultra and grab the soil sampler. And we can do that on the way back, along with the fertilizer spreader being on the back. These fields should need lime, and I can do it with this spreader here. So maybe I should actually dump off the fertilizer at the farmyard. That way when I go down to the store, you know what, I'm probably, because I mean, I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to put the Omatana seed hut or buying hut at the farmyard itself, so it's right up here. That way we don't have to keep on going down to the field. So that's only like 5,000 bucks. I mean, we are down to 40,000, but we're fine. It's all good. We'll be okay. We're going to get some money from the drilling contract here very shortly. That'll bring us back on up. So we should be able to afford the lime to be put down, and we can really get things going here. So let me head on down to the store, grab the soil sampler. On the way back, we'll stop at the field that we just bought, I do believe, is going to be currently on the left-hand side. If we come on down here. I think these are the trees to the left. So we got some regular elm trees or oak trees, maybe even maple trees in there, but a good amount of spruce and pine in there. So we can cut those down and make some cash. As for the other trees, those are the tough ones that no one wants to cut. Yep, this field to the left right here, that's all weeds. That's what we're going to do some soil sampling on. It'll be a quick soil sampling. Then we'll head up to the other one, get that soil sampling done. And then we'll start spreading some lime, because we can do that in this Kubota, but we'll have to empty out the fertilizer first. Feels so good to have more land under our belt here. Alright, so hopefully I can get this all this way. Wrong field. Sorry to whoever owns this field. Wrong field. I'm new to the area. So just, you know, forgive me. I need to be over here. Although I'm pretty sure that farmer wouldn't mind getting some free soil sampling done. Actually, let me bring up the bigger map. Actually, that might be too big. Yeah, I think this is just fine here. I think I'm in the field completely. Quick soil sample. Thank you very much. Did I get the whole field? No, not quite. Okay, and we'll get this one as well right here. There we go. I think we got the whole field. Let's go up here to field number 40, which is ours. Can I get there from here without actually going in other farmers' fields, which I really should try not to do, is drive in other farmers' fields. So yeah, we can come on down here, cut these trees whenever, but I really don't have no way to transport anything as of yet. Any roads going down through here, or pathways, or any of the famous Lancy Boy fences, as I'm going to start calling them. You don't know how many times so far in this map where I look quickly and I'm like, oh, there's no field, there's no fence here, and it's the, you know, barbed wire fence that I can't see. And next thing you know, I'm running into it. Is this our field right here? Yes, this is our field right here. This is a decent sized field, bigger than I thought it was. Than looking on the PDA map, yeah, on the map itself. See, when I do that, how much of the field I'm getting? Or I'll have to do 2 passes, which is fine. It's all good. And with the soil samples, we should only have to do it once every 3 harvests. So every 3 years. I don't plan on planting any grass currently. Whether, you know, alfalfa and clover is on the map. But I'm going to wait until the map has its update. Hopefully this upcoming week, maybe, possibly. Who knows? Just to make sure that that crop type is still on the map. But I am hoping, of course, that the premium expansion is going to be compatible on the map. I'm looking forward to doing some vegetables here. Especially for our lovely, lovely pigs. Let me just see again how we're doing here. Okay, so I got that corner of the field. Just need to come on over to here. If I get any overlapping fields, that's fine. We'll give our neighboring farmers some information on their soil types. I do find it, though, just a little bit weird that with precision farming, that we can kind of see what, I didn't realize we could see what kind of type of soil was on the property when we clicked on the farmland. But by clicking that, I mean, it pretty much tells us, you know, if it's good land or not. But either way, that's fine. I have to dump off the spreader here because key binding, and then I can go ahead and hit Y to send in the soil samples. Let me go ahead and raise that on up and fold it on up. And pretty soon, we should get charged a little bit of money for the soil sampling, and then we know exactly what type of soil is where on the property. There we go, $13.50 for the soil sampling. Not too bad. Let's see, now we can kind of get on out while the tractor's running, of course. Yeah, so the pH value is pretty darn bad here. But we're going to go back to the farmyard. We're going to empty out this spreader that has fertilizer in it. We'll drop off the soil sampler and put down a wonderful little buying hut so we can buy everything in bulk right at the farmyard. Buy ourselves some lime and start putting some lime down these fields. As for the weeds, not going to worry about them because when we plant, the weeds will disappear for a little bit. They will come back. We'll have to take care of the weeds with a See and Spot sprayer, which of course we'll have to buy or lease or whatever. Yeah, so sorghum in one field, that gives us a month to really before we can decide on, you know, gives a little time before we get to planting that. The other field, the smaller field, I'm not sure what I want to put in that field as of yet. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out, oh, we got a big shed. Actually, we got a couple big sheds. I think I'll just put these in here for now. Hopefully I can unload them. We can. Oh, not enough space, so I got that much fertilizer in there. All right, now it's all out. And let's go drop off the soil sampler. I don't think I'll be needing that again this year, but who knows? We're only going to need it if we buy some more land. So I'm going to bury that in the back. All right, where would be a good place for our little hut? Because you know, it's going to be a place that we use often. And I don't want it to really be in the way. Actually, maybe right here is the best place for it. I got plenty of room to go up and turn around. So let's go ahead and construction mode. Is that under tools? I always forget what this is. Containers. Containers, there we go. Spin around here. Doesn't really blend in with the other components around here. Actually, let me get this way so I can kind of see the spacing between the buildings. Don't know why I'm trying to get it well enough here. All right, that's going to be good for me. Open this up, and now we can go ahead and throw some lime in there. Luckily, lime's not that expensive. $1,800 to fill it on up. I'll probably have to do that a few times. Oh, I do have the 10,000 liter capacity down here. Okay. Oh yeah, I think we did that because with the standard capacity for the spreader, it calculates the weight. When you upgrade it to 10,000 liters on the mod, it eliminates the weight, so that's why the Vulture is not having any problem with this. Checking for traffic. My strobes are on, but then again, that doesn't mean much. Let me start over on this side here. Should be 42 meter working width, right? And that's the other good thing about the spreader. So, I mean, we're going to go through the line relatively quick. Actually, maybe not as quick as I thought. I mean, it's still going to go through it. I'll probably have to go refill a couple times for this field alone. Actually, you know what? I just want to stop there and go to the field's edge because I don't want to be leaving myself narrow strips and, you know, leave myself a little gap in between where I spread and the edge field here. Yeah, no, it looks like I had a couple of meters to spare. Oh, now the only thing I haven't checked on, because now that we own some farmland, might not be a bad idea to check the used store to see what's in there. Since the money is rather tight, it'd be good to buy something on sale if it's available to us, if we really, really need it. So, I mean, the next thing we would need is a drill to drill the fields. But, as we know with precision farming, a direct drill is the best thing for you to get that score on up. What is in the store for sale here? What is that? Okay, it's not a direct drill. It looks like it's a planter. Well, there's a nice John Deere in there with a pretty decent amount of horsepower. But we don't have the money for that. A manure spreader would be good if we had the pigs up and going. Slurry, and, well, there is a front loader in there. But I think on this farm here, I want to go back. It's been a while since I really used a telehandler. So I think I want to go back and use like a telehandler in the future here to move stuff around on the farm. And don't worry, if we get to where there's a lot of pallets or something to move, I won't be using the telehandler to move it around. I will be using like an autoloader. So I mean, if we get like 40 or 50 pallets of eggs, I'm not going to load them all up with a telehandler. We'll use an autoloader. But in the beginning, or like giving straw to the pigs or to any other animals around, we will definitely probably use a telehandler. So, like I said, this series here, I don't really, you know, even though we kind of got a goal to, you know, at least run a pig farm, you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, you know, I expect at least break even on it. But with the enhanced animal mod, with the pigs giving us offspring of anywhere from 8 to 12 per, I think we will make decent money on the pigs. Not to where the farm's going to thrive that much on it, but it's going to be pretty decent, I think. Won't know until we get there. Actually, that's overlapping just a little bit too much. Oh yeah, I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a strip, which I don't want to do, because with precision farming, I may not see that over there. But I'm not going to worry that much about it. I know in the early stages with precision farming, I was, it's like that's all I ever really kept my eye on. And now it's like, as long as we're close, I'm good. As long as the score is in the, you know, mid-90s range, like 93 to 98, I'm okay with it. I just kind of like the fact when I go around and drill the fields with a direct drill with fertilizer. Whoops, I'm out of line. You know, once I fertilize once, we are pretty much done with it. Yes, the crops do tend to go through a little bit of fertilizer as the crops grow, but it doesn't go through that much fertilizer where it's like you really need to go back and fertilize again. You lose maybe like 3 or 4%, which 3 or 4% is still 3 or 4%, but is it a, you know, dire need to get back in there? As far as I'm concerned, not really, because I've never really done it. I think I did a little bit of it on no man's land, where I was going back in the fields and getting back the fertilizer to almost near 100%. How is Frank doing over there, by the way? I mean, he's only right next door. Let's get some more lime here. Again, he should, I mean, I've already paid for the seed that we're putting into the field. So I know I said we're probably going to profit like 15 grand on it. It's going to, I think it cost me like something like 4,000 liters of seed. And how much does seed go for? I kind of forgot. I usually just, you know, since I buy it in bulk, I don't really ever see it. Oh, so it's probably cheaper than what I thought it is. I only spent like 4,000 on seed currently. Just under that. And 3,000 to lease. Yeah, it's still going to be about $15,000 worth. Oh, contract is done. Before I collect on it, let me go check on contracts. Now, nothing else is popping up. Okay, so since I'm hiring someone to do this, am I worried about the seed? I mean, I'm not going to worry about the seed too much. I know it's a couple $100 in there, but I don't feel like driving. You know what? The farm's not that far. The farm, I just said the farm is right next door. That's a lot of the field left over that I haven't finished, but it is a big field. Let's go drop off this seed at the farm, and then we can collect on the contract. Shouldn't be stingy on the seed. I mean, money is money right now. Because now we owe the bank $300,000. I don't want to go crazy on a loan here. I mean, originally I didn't want to have a loan at all. But, I mean, we are, you know, getting close to 20 episodes in. And not having our own land that's farmable. I mean, we have farmland, but nothing that's a field. I was like, yeah, it's time to take out a loan, I think. I think the farm has some equity behind it. We need to advance on and start getting work done in our own fields. I'll just drop the seed right here. Right now I'm just dropping pallets everywhere. Alright, I gotta hop on out because that equipment is not ours. And there we go, completed. So 21,000 minus 4, so we made like 17 plus on that. Not bad at all. So the only contract available right now is a weeding contract. But we're back up to 50,000. Back up to 50,000. Let me go ahead and narrow this down here. How narrow can I go? That's as narrow as I can go. And of course, we're not going to take that much lime on the other field because the other field is rather small. So as for cutting down the trees, I mean, chainsaw, yeah, we can buy a chainsaw for $1,000, so that's not too expensive. But then I guess I would need like a trailer to transport them. Actually, I mean, I suppose there is a place to sell logs here somewhere. I'm pretty sure Lancey Boyd didn't forget to put a sawmill down somewhere to sell the stuff. Someone did mention, though, because after talking about, you know, taking on a loan, they said, how about if we just go around and start collecting the collectibles on here? And I don't know how much the collectibles are. I may have picked one up to see how much they were on the first episode. Did I pick up any collectibles? I'm going to say no. No, I haven't. There are 100 collectibles, and there is one kind of like right here. But I'm not going to be too worried about it. Yeah, I kind of like to earn the money, either by doing contracts or farming in our own fields, so on and so forth. I gotta learn my way around here. Okay, so if I go this way, I would say I should make a road down through here to our other field, but since we don't own either one of these fields, I'm pretty sure I don't own this land that we're on. Although I do have the landscape anywhere mods, I could probably make a road down through there if I wanted to. Probably should have went back to the farmyard and topped off with lime, because I'm guessing I'm not going to have enough to finish this field up, so I have to go back and get some more. But it looks like with no other contracts coming up for today as of yet, I am pretty much done for work in the month of March. And I will have a look at some drills and see which ones I should go for. Oh, hello, traffic. Yeah, let me get around you there. Kind of my bad. I just kind of like pulled out in front of you. I'm a happy farmer. I got my own farmland, so I'm just excited. Can I get this in one pass? I can get it in one pass, I think. All right, we're going to say that's probably good enough. Just a little bit pieces of here and there. So the first field that we did, that's going to be sorghum, because sorghum does harvest very well. And if I decide to go with chickens this year, we can feed them sorghum. Although sorghum is a good crop to sell as well, so I'm not sure what I want to do. As for this field here, let me go ahead and do this. I'm actually surprised it's let me do this tiny little strip here. There we go. And look at that. I'm left with 39 liters of lime. I would like to just be able to use this lime. I'm pretty sure it will disperse somewhere. Maybe if I come over here, it'll help me in the future. If it would spread out somewhere. There we go. Now it's all gone. Perfect. Is there a way out? Oh, I can take this road out through the cow farmyard. Which, of course, we'll probably own in the distant future. It does have a silo on there. I remember when I went around episode 1, that was on an older American Falls version, and now of course we're on this, well, at least I'm on my second one, and of course there should be a third version coming out, hopefully, like I said, within a week or two. It doesn't show it as for being testing yet, but Lancey Boy did say he sent in an updated version of American Falls. That's all he pretty much said, and I didn't see anyone asking if it's going to be compatible with the premium expansion with the veggies, but I'm hoping that it is. So we got 2 fields ready for planting, really. And now we got ourselves a little buying station up here at the farm, which is nice. I don't have to go all the way down to the store, which is kind of on the other side of the map. And the good thing is we do got sheds around here. As for the fermenting silo, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do this. Currently, we're gonna keep both silos. I mean, I should keep one or the other. I'm thinking we're gonna keep that there, because that's buying it for 60. When I sell it, I get 30 back, and it will disappear. Or I could just sell this for 30, and then look at it is that's only gonna cost me 30 to buy that, because I'll just take that 30 I get towards this and do that. But I want to keep this here in case I do get some grass work in somewhere. Actually, I don't think there's any grass fields on the map itself. Most maps, seems like when you get most maps, there's always a grass field somewhere. And I kind of like that there isn't no grass fields anywhere. Because when the map starts off with a grass field, the farmer that owns it just keeps it as grass forever. I mean, don't get me wrong, grass contracts for making silage, as we did on East Vineland, were great. But I like the fact there's no grass fields, because that just gives us more work to do. So, yeah, here we are. Here's our farmyard. We're slowly building on up. We own the field right across from here, and this little field down here. And as we saw, this field is not that bad in size. It's actually, how many hectares is that field there? 3.74, so that's not too bad. And so we got almost 5 acres. Yeah, almost 5 acres of land that we can harvest this upcoming year. So as for, just to get myself some idea of what the price is going to be. So we will need a seeder for doing sorghum. I do want a direct drill, of course. But then again, like I said, we're probably going to be leasing it. I'm just looking at the size of that field. I think what we'll do, we're going to try the same thing as we did in Goldcrest Valley. The Avatar. I think we'll lease the Avatar because that's a drill I want to use. And how much is it to lease that one? Is it like 5,000? 10,000 to lease. 10,000 to lease the Avatar. The reason why we're doing that is because I'm kind of hoping it will come up for sale and save me. It's 200,000 brand new. And it is a direct drill. But it will get the field done rather quickly. I mean, 10,000 in Farming Simulator money, it's not that bad. How much is it to lease this one? So even that's almost $6,000. I think we'll just bite the bullet and lease this one because we'll get the work done rather quickly. But now what I should be doing is finding a crop I can plant at the same time in the same month, so I only have it for one day. So what I need to do now, no, not P, we need to hit escape, not P for store. We need to escape and check this out. So April, sorghum. And I could also plant oats in April. Oats might not be bad for straw. Of course, I would need a baler and a baling trailer. I just realized I can't plant canola, only canola in the fall here. So I can plant, I could plant oats. Corn would mean a planter. Sunflower would mean a planter. Yeah, I don't want to do sunflowers because I'll need a different header for the combine. Yeah, one field of sorghum and one field of oats. I think that's what it's going to be because everything else is either a different planter or it's going to be a different header for the combine when we come time to harvest in the fall. Let's see. Oats can be harvested in July and August. Sorghum can be harvested in August. Okay, so that looks like it works. So I could, rent the drill in April, plant both fields in 1 month, so we don't have the overnight fees. And then in August, if everything goes well, because I'm planting the first month, that's the first month it's available to harvest. I'm planting oats in the second month, and that's the second month. So we could release a combine in August and get both fields harvested in the same month. All right, so big field of sorghum, small field of oats. We'll get some straw, and we can do some baling. That way we'll have some straw for the pigs when we get those along. We will need a silo, but silo's only like 10 grand. So everything's going, I think everything's looking good here. But as for this month, I think we're currently done here. I think we're currently done. Our environmental score is up to 57%. So we got 2% bonus when we sell things. Looking pretty darn good here. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead since I got nothing else to do today. Oh, someone left the beacons on in the Vulture. We don't want to wear down the battery. I'm going to jump in here and we'll turn those off like that. Let me just keep checking on the contract page, make sure nothing comes up. We'll keep our eye on the store as we go along in case. I mean, even if the Avatar drill comes up for sale, I can't afford it. So it'll be kind of, I shouldn't be looking at the store page, but it's kind of hard not to. I just want to keep my eye on the contracts. Oh, some fertilizing contracts. Hang on, slow down time. So yeah, I'll be $17,000. Yeah, we'll take that. And I'll take that. So I got some fertilizing contracts to do in between episodes. Those don't take me long. And you guys don't need to see me do that because I've done that plenty enough. But next episode, we'll be leasing the Avatar drill, which we did use on Goldcrest Valley. But that's the drill I want to go with for now. In the future, when we get more fields and bigger fields, we might go bigger equipment. I don't know. I don't think anything like we're using an oceanside forest. But, we're just barely starting out here. We'll see. But we own some farmland. Everyone clap. We got some farmland. Soil sampling is done. We bought the soil sampler. We got the lime spread. We got our nice little buying hut up here. I still want to figure out where I want to put the silo itself. I'm not sure yet, but I was thinking back here would not be a bad idea if I sell this. And since I really don't think I'm going to be doing any work, actually, the silo wouldn't be bad right here either if I own this land. I don't know where the property boundary is. I would like to kind of leave this open for future development or building of something. You never know. But maybe the silo would fit right there. I don't want to buy the silo just yet because I may, it's like, yeah, I'm going to need it in a few months. Put the silo down. It's only 10,000. We only got 50. And if I put that down and start spending money, it's like, oh, look what just came up for sale, or we need this now, and I'm short a couple thousand. Be like, that silo you put down that you don't need just yet? Yeah. So there's the case. So having animals this year, I don't think we'll be having pigs this season. Probably late next season. That's going to be kind of a thing to go for. We could have chickens though. Yeah, because I can feed them sorghum. And I don't know how many chickens can go in that pen over there. I haven't looked at it yet. I know 200 pigs can go here. And we know how fast chickens can reproduce. They reproduce pretty quick. So probably just get ourselves one rooster and maybe a couple hens and just let them go for it. And yeah, we'll see. But anyways, that's on down the road. That's looking at towards the fall. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Falls. But until then, have a good one.